What is that? Oh, Sad. Today we are going to be watching a thing. It's like, I don't know, Zack the Flims, but I don't know, a better story version. Okay, so first, what is six?
The smartest kid in class raised his hand. Sir, what's 6 plus 7? I facepalmed because Stadio had aced every test, but
My first question is, what? Like, why do you even ask that question? If it's so humanly easy. Okay.
was always pretending not to know the answers to the most obvious questions. Half of the math class burst
That makes sense now.
out laughing, and a boy by the window muttered, "He's joking,
That guy looks so weird.
right? Why was he always asking me questions that even he knew were stupid?" After the bell, I kept him behind, and when the room was empty, I leaned on the desk in front of him. "You ace every test I give you," I said. "You hate it when the class looks at you, so I know this isn't to make your classmates laugh. So why do you keep asking me obvious questions you already know the answer to?" His face went bright red, all the way to his ears. "I gotta go," he mumbled, grabbed his bag, and bolted. I was holding my mom. The smartest kid in class raised his hand. "Sir, what
Sorry.
obvious questions you already know the answer?" Next lesson, I taught it while staring at the class, not even turning around to look at the whiteboard because I desperately needed my answer to appear. And halfway through, I caught the girl behind him sliding a folded scrap of paper onto his lap. When he thought I wasn't looking, he read it under the desk, and a second later, his hand went up to ask the dumb question. I immediately walked over to him, grabbed the note, and grinned. "Gotcha." I unfolded it and read, "Can you ask him what a fraction is, please? I don't want everyone looking at me." My body froze. Every dumb question Statio had asked all year had been hers. The girl behind him was already crying, mouthing sorry at him, not at me. Statio slammed his desk with his fist. "She's not dumb," Statio exclaimed, "and I won't let you think that. She just takes longer to learn things." I folded the note back up and set it on her desk. "I don't think that." He nodded, and the girl wiped her tears. Now when he asks dumb questions, I encourage him to ask more. The smartest kid in class raised. I was holding my mom's hand while the smartest kid in class.
That is a W teacher because some teachers just hate you. Like if you move a muscle like this, boom, you're dead. They're gonna even if it's like any question, they'll overreact like a bird. Like that's crazy. He accidentally helped me.
I was sizzling a burger at my food truck when I heard a large white truck park beside me. I stuck my head out and saw it was my brother, and instantly buried my head in my hands because I'd told him about this spot, and now he wanted to compete for it. He immediately stormed over, and before I could say anything, he slammed down a flyer on my counter. "There's a food festival next month that's being hosted here. The winner gets a $10,000 catering contract."
Wait, what is a catering contract? What is it? Legally binding agreement between a client and a client.
Hope your social anxiety doesn't screw this one up for you, freak.
You know, I can't understand this, but
I smiled because at that moment I decided I was going to make sure I won, no matter.
By the way, the reason I'm looking there is because I have a monitor looking there.
Matter what. Yeah, me too. That night after I closed up, I propped my phone against the register, hit record, and tried to say, "Welcome to my truck. What can I get you?" I sounded like a hostage reading a ransom note, so I deleted it and recorded another one.
"Hi, welcome to my shop." Yeah, it does sound like a ransom kidnapper.
And another, until midnight. The next morning, I was crouched under the counter watching my recording back when my brother leaned over, a ransom.
Wait, no.
I propped my phone against the register.
No.
That moment, I decided I was going to make sure I won, no matter what.
No,
Yeah.
I'm rewinding. Guess what happened, guys? Look, as soon as...
Yeah, me too. That night after I closed up, I propped
It's night. So, actually I'm done.
my phone against the register, hit record, and tried to say, "Welcome to my truck. What can I..."
Welcome to my truck. What can I get you? It's not
I get you. I sounded like a hostage reading a ransom note, so I deleted it and recorded another one and another until midnight. The next morning, I was crouched under the counter watching my recording back when my brother leaned over. "What are you doing down there?" I locked my phone. "I just dropped a spatula. 2 weeks out, it started working." A regular ordered her usual, and I held eye contact the whole time, and I knew I was almost ready for that competition. My brother spotted it and yelled across the lot, "You need me to take your orders for you? I can actually talk." She didn't move, and for the first time in years, I felt hope. At night, I kept training. I started calling strangers on Omegle just to practice, and one of them laughed at my joke and said, "You should do sales, man." I hung up grinning at my reflection in the dark screen. Then came competition day. My brother got up on stage and
So you're telling me this is like where you just have to act smart and cool, or is this a food festival? It is a food festival, but is it a food festival like? Is it a food festival where you like, I don't know, like talk or react or get customers? I don't know. What is it, bro?
smiled like he already thought he won. Everyone watched as he told jokes and even threw out free mini hamburgers.
So it is something like that. I don't know.
To the crowd. As everyone cheered, he stared at me and mouthed, "Try not to have a panic attack." I grabbed the mic, and for a half second my brain went blank. Then I took a deep breath. I've had a food truck for 3 years, and I've been too scared to tell anyone why my food is good. My chef waved from the truck and started the grill until it lit up with a flame. The audience gasped as he threw steaks onto the stove. While it may seem like a simple recipe, I'm living out my grandmother's dream for me. I explained that I was always anxious
Did you really know? He was
growing up with no friends because my brother would bully me at school. But the one person who always believed in me was my grandma. And just as I finished talking, my chef put up a sign, "Free steaks for all. I hope all of you can eat and see how special she really was." When the votes came in, the announcer barely got my truck's name out before the crowd drowned him in cheers, steaks still in their hands. My brother stormed over while they handed me the contract. "How? Since when can you talk?" I pulled his flyer off my counter.
Bro, since when can you excuse me? What did he just say? Excuse me? Bro, everyone can talk. What is this question? It's asking what 4 plus 4.
Counter and handed it back. "Since the night you gave me this. Thanks for the motivation, big bro." I was sizzling.
Oh, that's so double. Like, imagine being a big brother. But that's just every single doorman story. I was buried alive.
They buried me alive in a coffin, and I've never been more relaxed.
I don't think that's how you
"Give it to me." My mom yanked. I wasn't. I was
My mom turned me green.
holding my mom's hand while she was receiving chemo, and I noticed her skin was turning green. "Mom, why is your skin green?" She smiled. "It's okay. The doctor said it's the new medicine, but skin isn't supposed to turn green," and she was weaker than yesterday. Then the doctor walked in. I yelled, "Something's wrong. Stop giving her that medicine." But he just smiled, looking at her. "You're not a doctor, kid. She's doing wonderful." He left, and I had to figure out what was really going on before it was too late. So the next day, I peeked into the other rooms and stared in horror. All the doctor's patients were green and looked really sick. I saw the chief of the hospital walking by and tugged on his coat. "Everyone's turning green like Shrek. Something's really wrong." He laughed at me. "I don't have time for games, son. Go back to mommy." I felt hopeless because no one would help me. Then I was 5 minutes from I was back to mommy. I felt hopeless because no one would help me. Then I got back to my mom's room and saw she was barely awake, her skin the darkest green yet. I was losing her. I had to do something, so I hid her pills when no one was looking. And by the next visit, her green had faded and she was sitting up, smiling at me. I knew the medicine was doing this, but I was confused. Why was the doctor handing out bad medicine to sick people? I needed to confront him myself, so I waited by her bed, knowing he'd be here any second. The door opened and I clenched my fists, but I saw something I didn't expect. His face, his hands, his whole body had turned bright green. I jumped up and pointed. "He's green like Shrek." His eyes went wide, and he started panicking. No, it's supposed to work." I was confused by what he meant, and he stumbled to an empty bed, shaking. The chief heard the commotion and walked in. "Why is your skin green?" Then he froze in the doorway of the ward and saw that every single patient was green, exactly like I told him. The doctor was rocking back and forth. I gave my medical drug experiment to all of them. The medical board rejected it, but I knew it was the cure to cancer, so I kept.
Excuse me? Due to cancer. I need to repeat that.
Giving it to my patient.
Did you miss
The
it?
doctor was rocking back and forth to cancer, so
A medicine that makes you green. There's no possible cure for cancer. I want to.
I kept giving it to my patients. That's when I realized he was so obsessed with his medicine that he'd finally tested it on himself, even though he didn't have cancer. They took the doctor away as my mom reached for my hand. Her skin was pink again, and she smiled.
That's not pink, bro. That is not pink. Wait, someone tell me if that is pink. Okay, back to the video.
My little doctor, but I corrected her. No, Mom, I'm your little lawyer because we're gonna
Oh, I know these. Because we're gonna sue him.
sue this hospital for negligence, and we'll be so loaded we can get you the best treatment. I was holding my mom's hand.
That is so W. I broke mom's phone.
It's from home when I accidentally dropped my mom's phone on the sidewalk and completely shattered the screen. I stared in horror. She'd let me borrow it for school that morning, but only after making me swear on my life. She said, "Do not break this. This case is foolproof, so there's no excuse." Now there was a giant spiderweb crack right in the middle. I panicked and pressed my thumb on the glass to push it together, but the crack just spread wider. I had to fix this before I got my ass whooped. I speed walked
Windows. Oh, man. Nobody gotta be ghosting nobody.
home, praying my mom wasn't there yet. I slipped through the door. It was the last week of... I was 5 minutes from home when I accidentally... I emptied my door down the street. The guy behind the counter picked it up and barely looked at it. $200. My heart sank. I'm 10. I emptied my pockets, but I had $6 and gum. Isn't there anything cheaper? He wouldn't budge. I felt defeated, holding the cracked phone, with no idea what to do. And the second I stepped outside...
Chad, I'm gonna get a peanut butter and sandwich one. I'm too lazy. I got cheese. Back to the video.
The store, I heard a car horn. I looked up. It was my mom, parked right in front of the store, staring straight at me. I got in the car, and she asked why I was at the phone repair store. I immediately burst into tears. "I dropped your phone and the screen shattered. I tried everything. Please don't kill me." My mom took the phone from my shaking hands. She said nothing, which felt worse. But then she peeled the screen protector off. Underneath, the screen was perfectly fine. The whole time, I'd only cracked the protector. I drop it all the time. Why? I was holding my